All right, so I will admit, and you saw me in this. Like I defend Abin Preach, not saying that they just like are just enlightened, but I think people give them a bad shake
You
versus
know
like
what?
some of their previous content that they had.
I apologize. I just noticed he has a goatee there too. So you know what? I can forgive his little shadow of a mustache.
So
That is all.
no, like seriously, I've followed their content and I made videos talking about the dumb shit that they had said before. I will say that, but like Preach has always had some sort of empathy because he was older, and Abba is just like some of this shit is just stupid now. Some of the shit that they used to argue about is like, okay, yeah, no, that's stupid.
Which one is Alvin and which one's Preach again?
Preach is the chunky boy in the back. You know, the bouncer and the dancer that, you know, Fresh and Fit try to make fun of because he was dancing.
I don't know anything about that. I was I I don't I don't know much about these two. I just know they exist.
Yeah, Fresh and Fit try to make fun of Preach because he doesn't have perfect English, which is like his third language, because he speaks Spanish and Creole.
So
Meanwhile,
it's
Fresh,
they make fun of him for not having perfect English when he's trilingual. Okay.
and he lives in Canada in the part that still speaks French. And both of
Interesting.
these motherfuckers are like local celebrities that, you know, yeah. So, but you know, Coconuts in Barbados, CEO Fresh wants to make fun of how somebody talks. So let's see what the Destiny
Can you
Bridge
hear
has
me?
been burned. You ready for this shit? This should be
You hear me?
interesting. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold on, I'm in a bad spot. Yeah, I'm in a bad connection. So go ahead and play the video.
All right, let's go.
I think the only unfortunate thing about this whole video is that it might have been out of focus. All right, today's topic, by popular demand, everyone wanted us to cover my girl Destiny and her recent comments. And if you aren't aware, after the Trump assassination attempt, in which I think someone else in the crowd ended up passing away from the bullet that missed Trump, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. A lot of people were talking about it. We were on vacation, so I didn't really give. And also, I'm not American, so not my country, not my problem. Destiny made some comments, essentially laughing, didn't really care. If I could summarize everything in a very gleeful tone, he was saying, fuck around and find out, which I hope is a pretty fair summation of what he was essentially trying to say. He says, if you're somebody who engages in violent rhetoric, as Trump does, according to him, and if you're one of his supporters who supports somebody who's an insurrectionist who wanted to overthrow the government, suspend the Constitution, yada, 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 I don't really care if bad things happen to you because you're the kind of person who encourages people to violence. That was it.
So, what do you have to say about this shit?
Uh, I plead the fifth.
I mean, like, I mean, like, you ain't gonna get canceled, motherfucker. You don't care about getting canceled. So, what the fuck does it care? I I'm of the belief that
Oh, hold up. Oh, you were breaking up. Can you say that again?
I'm of the belief that you shouldn't lionize the dead. I'm sorry. I don't think nobody is sacred that can't be made fun of. But when motherfuckers are telling you, dude, you going too far, and your little spiteful ass just keeps going further just to make a fucking point, no, dog, you deserve the shit that you get. Or am I wrong?
Eh, I don't know what was going on yet. I'm going to assume Destiny did his normal shit. But from
Yeah,
my perspective, I mean, I definitely agree with the fuck around and find out, where that's the kind of rhetoric the Republican Party has been passing, and then the second they think they talk, oh, the Second Amendment, when the liberals do what we don't like, oh, we'll take out our guns if liberals do something we don't like, blah blah blah, and then somebody decides to take out a gun and fire at their candidate and cause harm because they were doing things he didn't like. Now suddenly it's a problem, and I have a hard time. I have a hard time not feeling kind of that shot in front of whatever the fuck you say that shit, where it's like you're like, this is literally what your rhetoric calls for, and now you're upset when the hens come to roost.
I have said in the past that anybody left the center, anything like that, needs to be more forceful and engaging in the motherfucking politics and more forceful in their rhetoric of don't just let people that's on the right think that all people on the left are just weak. I've said that. But again, it gets to a point where you're just like openly antagonizing people. Now, mind you, the right wants to use all the free speech in the world. You're silencing me. You're censoring me. No, you just got TOS that you got to follow. No, but that's censorship. No, censorship is from the government. No, Daddy Elon, the bots have blocked me. I get that. They're the biggest bitches when it comes to complaining about free speech. And it's fun. It's a little bit of, as you said, schadenfreude to see that shit come back to bite them, or them cry about censorships, and all of a sudden when somebody says something they don't like, it's blocking. But again, at some point you got to be like, all right, I've pushed the button enough. Let me just pull back a little bit for the fucking sake of my career. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, instead we got a candidate who goes on a bitch fit about how about how violent rhetoric is bad, and and all his political opponents are bad because of their supposed violent rhetoric, how violent and awful they are, and then immediately talking about how if politicians don't do what he wants, then his supporters should use their Second Amendment rights to do a violence.
But I don't know how to resolve this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to have the Democrats more forceful without triggering these fucking weirdos to want to just do more violence.
If it's
Because
not obvious that no matter what you've done, if it's not obvious that no matter what you do, that rhetoric leads to violence and it's inherently going to go there no matter what we do, then we're gonna have a problem. We need to actually start. Like, we need to ignore the fear that, oh, but what we do makes them act worse? They're going to continue to do that regardless. We need to focus on making sure that what needs to be done is done. We need to make sure that we improve society. We need to make sure that people have the rights and protections they need, all of that. And then when they step out of line, we stomp them the fuck out.
I know and I get that, but like as long as it's just to rhetoric, um, it's like how do you solve that shit? I mean, like the only thing that we've seen be effective is the non-violence, and I'm not saying pacifism, but just non-violence. We've seen that to work not just with the civil rights movement, but it worked in motherfucking it originally worked in India. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I get it. It fucking feels bad to like not want to retaliate. And this is like some of the problems that I've had with the recent online left. Just call all conservatives, oh, they're just shit people and you don't have to listen to them. But how do you ever grow your movement if you just castanate a whole group of people to just the waste bin of not wanting to like engage with them? I don't
Finally,
know.
we're off the train.
That was a long motherfucking ride, wasn't it?
Yep, that's what happens when you live in one city and your job is like a city or two.
Doors closing. Oh shit! I just had a flashback of the L.
I I don't feel comfortable with making any statements about the situation with India when it came to their fight for civil rights. I haven't looked into it.
I mean, I
Only
looked
thing
into it a little bit, but but that's what I'm saying.
what I do know is that Gandhi was a pedophile. So
Yeah,
do
of
with that
course.
what you will.
I'm
And
not
now I'm just
arguing
thinking,
that the man was a saint, even though he tried to pretend he was. No, but like,
now you just got me thinking about how many historical figures that are seen as like these figures of peace and wonderful things in the world. They're just terrible people who did terrible things to people.
but that doesn't mean that all of their actions are terrible.
In the case of Mother Teresa, I would say so.
Okay, yes, I give you that, but what I'm saying is like, even though there are people that have terrible actions, they can also do good shit.
Sure, I'm not sure it was ever. I'm not sure it was ever stated from my mouth that it's impossible for a terrible person to do good things. I just find that it's very often those terrible things, especially when they are the worst things, are ignored. I also would like to look into that civil rights movement as well to see if Gandhi was really as a was really that instrumental or if he was a figurehead. That's a common thing too.
I give you that. Like King was built on the backs of people like Medgar Evers, definitely Medgar Evers, and a few other people that was around him. I give you that, but that doesn't being a figurehead. You also in that era you still couldn't have. Of course, you can have some scandals you couldn't have today, but still you had to have that projection of at least somewhat clean. You get what I'm saying? I mean, like the insane amount that people that are leaders have to deal with right now, as far as being political leaders. Oh fuck! Like you probably couldn't even get away with this shit. That you couldn't. You probably couldn't get with this shit today. That people got away in the '90s. Like that was just the motherfucking nature of it.
And I think it's pretty clear that you simply can get away with that kind of shit because there's politicians who still have careers by being exposed for doing despite being exposed for diddling kids. So
It's harder to get away with it now. Fuck! I need to get a snack later. All right, let's go.
Steak, and he's like, I don't care. And he said so by making jokes, and a lot of people had a problem with it. They felt it was insensitive, it was disgusting, etc. etc. Is that a fair summation? Yeah. All right. I saw some people saying he endorses assassination attempts, or he's saying people should. It's not what he said. From everything I've seen, and I'll probably post clips of him talking about it. He hasn't said that.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away, whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
A person in the crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray, I'm so sad, please. As well as Donald Trump incited an insurrection and then was granted full criminal immunity for possibly all of his involvement. I have zero sympathy for anything that happens to him or anyone who supports him. If I've offended anyone with my recent tweets, I'd like to make things right. DM me and I'll buy you front row seats to the next Trump rally. There's a
Okay, that was a bridge too far. That was a bridge too far. To me. The other two shit was like, okay, yeah, like you're literally like I had no sympathy for the fucking plantation owners that was in the Civil War that retired from life early. I had no sympathy for it. You knew what you were signing up for. It just so happened that you ended up retiring from life early. But the whole like I'm gonna make sure you get there next time so somebody can retire you early, that's a little bit of a bridge too far. Because at that point you're saying I'm about to buy you tickets to the Shadow Realm.
I think it's definitely an asshole thing to do, but
I'm not saying that it's not above taste in society, but the social. Hold on.
Yep. Bruh. I wonder if there's anybody even in chat listening right now. Really don't want to look in the phone and check because I'm one. But if there is anybody in chat, make sure you drink some water.
All right, let's go.
See? Now you know when I said your mama, I was warning you she was gonna call.
Oh, you know what? Go to hell,
Should have
dude.
heeded my warning.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm appreciative of all of my family members who say, "Oh yeah, I was praying for you," and "Oh yeah, I'm concerned." But like, as somebody who's not crippled and who's trying to get better, that really kind of grates on me because I'm trying to move past that stage. I'm trying to move past people needing to check on me, even though it's endearing, and even though sometimes I may need it because like I get lost in like, you know, focus on a lot of shit, but it's like I'm okay. I'm breathing. Motherfucker, that goes to you too. I'm okay. I'm breathing. Shit.
Yeah, except I don't hit you with some bullshit like I'll pray for you now. I'm like I am actually concerned about your health and have the skill set to make sure that we get healthy.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Great. Wonderful. I'm good. All right, let's go.
This moment where Piers Morgan says you seem almost gleeful, and saying that makes you frankly despicable, with Destiny responding.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die.
Which you can still say is incredibly bad, but I just want to be accurate as possible. So, listen, I'll say this, man. You know, sometimes y'all DM me or leave me comments. You're like, oh, you afraid to talk about your girl? I don't give a. First off, fuck you, and fuck anybody who think I got a problem with saying this shit. I ain't afraid of saying none of this stuff. And I think a lot of you in the fan base have gotten very comfortable because you've seen that for a long time. We've covered trans women in sports or all this other stuff. So you think like we perfectly align with some of you on the far right where you guys are like, I don't believe in none of this. I'm not with you. I have no problem saying that. And if me saying that bothers you, you need to take a hike, okay? Just because I made fun of fucking dweeby liberals who go and want to have safe spaces and do all this corny shit, it does not mean I'm some right-winger who thinks all libs are bad, okay? That's you. Now, we don't align there. If you can handle that.
Okay, so here's the thing. In like Discord
That's
is
the most
going
cringe shit I've heard in a while. But anyway, go ahead.
Discord is going my Discord, the server that we're both in, is going to like disagree with me, but I don't have problems with centrists. I don't have problems with liberals. I disagree with their points, but to just castinate them as, oh, they just like, no, people, there is nobody that is made up of completely left and completely right principles or ideas, and to just say that an idea is just inherently left or right, it's it's thinking that is not fully motherfucking well thought out. Like, what about the right to bear arms automatically makes that right wing? Can you tell me?
You know what? I think all centrists should die. There you go. Every
Why?
single one.
Why?
Because they breathe, and that's enough.
Can I ask if you think that all right wing people should die or all left wing people should die?
Do they breathe?
Yeah.
Ah, well, fuck them.
Oh, so you just don't like humans.
So in reality, I have an issue with the centrist label because I find that it's all too common. That when somebody says they're a centrist, they're lying to you through their fucking teeth, and they're just a conservative that doesn't want to be associated with conservative. Where they espouse a bunch of common right wing talking points and rhetoric, and then when you ask them for any positions that they hold that aren't conservative, they can never answer that question. That's that's what irritates me.
So how do you ask them the question?
Uh, the question typically goes, okay, well, you say you agree with the left and the right equally, or some arbitrary bullshit like that. So, what are some positions that you have that you would say are left on the left or left leaning? And then it's typically silence.
So let me ask this question. Instead of saying you say, why don't you ask, do you agree with this position?
And then when you go down that line of questioning, it's, oh no, I don't agree with that. What about this? I don't agree with that either. And then you go down the list of left wing positions and you go, okay, so you couldn't name any on your own. I go down the list of different left wing positions and you say you disagree with all of them. What exactly about you is centrist?
Okay. So walk me through this metaphorical conversation.
All right. I am a centrist. I think that both the left and the right are crazy
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
because
on, hold on. I want to make sure I can get this pal ready, for the straw man that you're building. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that both the left and the right are crazy. They're both sides are the same, etc. Okay,
Are you
I have heard you espouse positions that you agree with on the right. Can I get some from the left? I can't think of any right now. Okay, well, what is your belief on abortion? Do you think that that should be a woman's right to choose? No, I do not. How do you feel about universal health care? I disagree, etc., etc. And this is not some straw man. This is based on a conversation that I've witnessed.
okay? So not just that. Have you had conversations with people where you just don't say universal health care? Just say you want to make sure that everybody have health care that they can actually afford and it doesn't break them and they can actually see a doctor when they need to.
So it's my responsibility to babysit somebody until they tell me the truth.
Do you want them on your side or not? If you
No,
if you
I
cool
want
with
them to
having your
die.
moral purity, that's cool. Great. Just say that. But like
See, now you're the one throwing around straw members.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I mean
Well, you
like
just told me that apparently I want to hold on to my moral purity because I simply find that it's a ridiculous standard that when I ask somebody honest questions about politics, when they claim to espouse a certain position and they can't give me any answers, I find them claiming to be centrist ridiculous.
so you think
In
they're
reality, they're conservative.
do you think they're dumb or dishonest?
Depends on the person.
Do you think they're dumb or dishonest?
Depends on the person.
Okay. So the people that you've had these conversations with, do you think that they're dumb or dishonest?
It depends on the person. Sometimes they clearly just use the centrist label because they have a very empty, vacuous idea of politics where they, in their mind, it appears that extremes inherently are bad, regardless of what the extremes actually on a grift, because they think that if they just side with the conservatives, they can get either brownie points or money.
Yeah, no, and I get some of the people that you may talk to are thought leaders or want to be thought leaders. Hello, kind of want to be thought leader right here. But I'm just talking about the people that are off YouTube, that are offline, that aren't
Well,
just like dyed in the wool politics heads. The
well, now,
normies.
Yeah, you're not gonna see too many. At least in my experience, not too many people claim to be centrists who are fucking just out in the real world. They're typically like, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, or I don't do politics. It's too much for me. I already have enough in my own life, so I don't care.
Yeah, those are pretty much centrists. The ones that be like, I don't really have an idea of really too much. Now, the motherfucking Steven Crowder, Dave Rubin, no, those motherfuckers are lying. We know that they're lying. They're bitches. And like, ironically enough, yeah, no, I'm not gonna make that joke about Steven Crowder. Anyway, let's go.
But
Steven
stick around
Crowder
if you can't.
likes Steven Crowder likes dick in the ass. Steven Crowder likes his dick in other men's ass. Make sure you send that to Steven Crowder
I
at
mean, like,
Steven Crowder on Twitter.
he does
Make sure
battle
you
with.
remind him that his repressed love for PP does not make it go away.
I mean, like, he does battle with a bisexual demon, and you know he likes flashing his penis to other men. Like, yeah,
Remember, he really hates trans people. That's why he
dresses like
uses
one
it
all
as
the
an excuse
time.
to dress like women.
Yeah, yeah.
And that definitely has nothing to do with how he feels. I mean, the trans people basically made him dress like a woman. Actually, they forced him at gunpoint to put on a woman's clothing and pretend to be a woman.
Yeah, let's go.
That's none of my business. But don't ever think I'm afraid to espouse what I'm thinking just to keep you around. I don't care. I'm going to say my thoughts whether you leave or not, whether we go down 1,000,000 subs or not. I don't care. And as far as what Destiny goes, I'm not bothered by it at all. Why? Because the way he talks is normal for American political landscape, okay? I have seen it degenerate over the last 10 years, especially since Trump joined, where people say all kinds of stuff, including Trump himself. I've watched Trump say he wanted to punch protesters in the face.
And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Hey, look, it's that violent rhetoric I was talking about.
Yeah, no, like, I give you that. I'm not saying that it isn't, but at some point, like, okay, for example, where conservatives are gonna always escalate it, the thought leaders are always gonna escalate it. Dennis Prager literally said that when you criticize Donald Trump by calling him a Nazi or a fascist, you're automatically adding violent rhetoric because you're calling him out and people hate Nazis or fascists. So you saying that the actions that he's doing, ironically enough, it was an argument that it was a debate that he was having with Destiny. Destiny. When you call Trump a fascist or a Nazi, then you're inciting violence against him.
Crimson, my dear friend, that's not irony. That's a coincidence. It's a different thing.
Well, and Dennis Prager, to take a joke from the person I was watching, Dennis Prager thinks that anybody's that's left of center is Stalin, because he has that same. I think he did the same shit that Jordan Peterson did. Was so traumatized by the fucking Soviet Union that they studied it and became like incredibly scared of it because reasons.
It's hard for me to believe that Jordan Peterson has studied the Soviet Union, how strongly he doesn't seem to understand anything about the Soviet Union.
I mean, like, I didn't say he learned anything correct from it, but that's the reason why his daughter's name is Mikhaila.
Also, the fact that Jordan Peterson is anybody of note is the most disgusting disservice to the collective consciousness of humanity. Some random dork fucking college professor who lied on the internet about a fucking policy that was being passed. And then because conservatives liked the lie he was telling and thought it was really cool and made him a warrior against the libs or whatever, now we all have to hear about him every 5 minutes with every fucking vapid, empty, useless thought that comes through his stupid fucking head.
You're still upset he talked shit about that swimsuit model on Sports Illustrated, aren't you?
I'm more thinking about any time I've been forced to witness him bloviate about stupid bullshit that he clearly doesn't understand.
Well, the Chaos Dragon is the mother of the Earth and
He
some
needs to
bullshit.
go fucking eat his grandmother's pubes or whatever the fuck.
Hey now, why are you talking about an Oedipus complex? I have one, but still, it's actually where I want to screw my daughter. Like,
And the added pain of the fucking he's seen as like some hero for Red Pillars when in the Red Pillars' minds they're like, yeah, we're the big tough guys. We're tough and we're not sensitive little whiny soy boys or whatever the fuck.
and
And yet the
he
men they
cries.
worship are people like Jordan Peterson, a fucking like skinny twink old man who fucking his attempt to being tough is up yours, woke Marlis. We'll see who cancels who in the dorkiest tone possible. A fucking dog shit philosopher who clearly doesn't seem to understand any of the philosophies he espouses. And this is your man, and then the other one they fucking worship, Ben Shapiro, another twink fucking dork
Oh my god.
who fucking sits there whining and bitching and moaning about everything. This is I thought you guys were supposed to be the tough ones, but you've got like these two men. If either of these guys were on the left, they would be like, "Oh, look at the left and their typical soy boy. Is this what men have become? Look at them. They're so skinny and weak
I mean,
and feminine."
Ben Shapiro is such a man that he doesn't even like wet ass p words.
Yeah.
He
Ben
likes it
definitely
dry.
Yeah, Ben definitely wasn't trying hard not to bite his lip while watching a femboy dance on his show, Shapiro. Like
That
if that clip is so fucking hilarious. You can see like his eyes are squinting. Like he is trying so hard to not light skin stare at this fucking kid in a maid outfit, and it's the most hilarious shit.
No, I still contends that he probably wants to fuck his sister because she looks just like him, and that's how much of a narcissist he is.
Look, I never said he wasn't into women. I'm just saying he's definitely into men,
Oh god. Oh god.
or at least femboys. Like you don't look at a man, you don't look at a fucking at a skinny boy in a fucking maid dress with them eyes and not be interested in him. That's all I'm saying. Like he was looking at that dude like how I look at a big girl. He wanted some of that.
You think of Ben's a top or a bottom or a service top?
I think uh, I think Ben Shapiro, despite being incredibly violently aggressively gay, uh, definitely is too vanilla for any of those labels to matter.
All right, let's
I,
go. Let's go. We're gonna cap this conversation right there.
Ben Shapiro, when he has gay sex, is definitely doing it in missionaries.
Oh my god. I don't even want to know how that works. Okay, let's go.
He finds a way. Wow, liberals! If you liberals hypothetically, if this femboy made my tiny little weenie hard, hypothetically, theoretically, then I definitely wouldn't be under my table jacking off. That's not what would be happening. Actually, liberals, it's you who want to fuck the femboy, not me.
Oh my god.
Even with his nice succulent dick sucking lips and his beautiful thick thighs, you liberals don't understand what a nice young man like that does to a. I mean, no, this is all hypothetical, of course.
Are you done?
All
Sweat
I'm
it out,
saying
Ben.
is,
Sweat it out.
all, all I'm saying is, if one day we find Ben Shapiro like caught in a bathroom, plowing some femboy cheeks or something at an airport, I called it.
He just has a wide stance. All right, let's go. Let's go.
And we'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
Yes, of course. Don't forget that classic. Oh my God, the liberals are making fun of these victims of a violent crime. And then immediately that clip of Trump mocking someone who was fucking attacked and almost murdered. That's crazy.
I mean, like, he never advocates violence. He just tells the Proud Boys to, stand ready and stand back, whatever the fuck he said.
I think it's stand ready and stand by.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, again, there's all the references to mysterious, interesting references to using the Second Amendment when the liberals don't give you what you want. Whatever that means. Of course, the Second Amendment, which is definitely doesn't point to anything in particular. I mean, that could mean anything.
Oh, saying that basically making a law for cops, a
Oh yeah,
well-regulated. That's just literally what a rare well-regulated militia, um, well, it's supposed to be what cops are, but still, yeah.
anyway, at the end of the day, it's all bullshit, and we're going to continue to see that. But let's see what Albert and Pretsch have to say about it.
Later. Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you
Speak with Shane, please.
But you don't.
Sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the guardian?
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
The last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Destiny and others have essentially said is being a hypocrite in this situation,
So we're
putting
just
out a
assaulting
screenshot of
people.
Yeah, no, it was a fucking representative that body slammed the reporter because he just talked shit about him. This was a couple years ago.
Also, isn't it funny how Republican rhetoric flip flops between if these liberals step out of line, we're gonna use our Second Amendment rights. These liberal soy boy cucks will never defeat us because we're the tough ones. And then 2 seconds later, oh, the liberals, they're bullying us. They're so mean. They took our lunch money. They hung us from the flagpole. Oh my God.
Are you saying that Republicans both use the made-up boogeyman of the big scary liberal and and their weakness as well?
Yep.
I wonder who made a list that actually says the enemy is both super unbeatable but also very weak.
Yep. Remember,
Umberto, I don't know. Anyway,
remember, guys. The left is the real fascist. And of course they're fascist because they are both all purple-haired, weak, both skinny and fat, feminists who will do nothing but wear pussy hats and complain on the internet. But they are also a bunch of big, scary monsters with guns who will come and kill our children and beat us to death and then make us suck their dicks.
oh my God,
They are both of these things at the same time.
where's that picture that I have? I literally drew it where it was like Schroding as leftist. One side they were like big black super soldiers Antifa. The next side it was just a white guy with a cup of soy milk in it in his hand. I literally
And
drew that.
like one that was funny to me was this meme where it's like a picture of like a skinny, I guess they're supposed to be trans person with colored hair, wearing political paraphernalia on clothes, and they're like, if I see a Nazi, I'll punch him. And then the Nazi behind them was like this big, fucking like 8 feet tall, built like a fridge dude with all these tattoos, and he's scary. And then I just think of like every time a Nazi just gets filmed getting his shit rocked, it's always like some dorky fucking loser who's like 5'3" on a good day, getting his shit absolutely rocked.
No, it's just weird that they're so fucking scared. Like, cause all it is they're scared that they're not cool anymore because they're fucking weirdos.
And the funnier part, and the funnier part to me, right, is that so much, like, just personally, so many of these conservatives, they act so tough, but anytime I've interacted with a conservative in real life and questioned one of their beliefs, they just kind of, they're just kind of like, no, and then they back off because they're not actually ready for confrontation. That's number one, and number two, this idea that they're these big tough guys are going to beat up on the left. I am not a particularly big person. I am about 5'9", maybe 5'10", and 160 pounds. Nobody tries that shit with me.
Oh, excuse me.
Like nobody tries to muscle me because I'm athletic. anybody who is dumb enough to try that with somebody is not making a good bet by approaching somebody with an athletic build, trying to be tough guy. It's always it's like, yeah, Joe Biden did this. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh yeah, the liberals do this. No, they don't. Well, actually, well, whatever. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking coward.
And for everybody who wants to know, who's wondering, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this motherfucker on the screen. Hold on 1 second. This is the motherfucker that's stopping shit. Yeah.
You don't want. You showing a what are you showing a picture of on the stream?
Yeah, just somebody who likes to talk shit. There we go.
Let's see. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna put that right there. All right. Let's get back to the video. All right, let's go.
Ruben memeing about hammer time after what happened to Paul Pelosi. Also linking to when Ruben wrote, here's hoping that AOC, Rashida, and Ilhan join Aaron Bushnell in his brave protest, who if you don't remember is the service member who lit him.
What's up?
Let's see.
Okay, that's gotta okay, help me out with this one, right? And again, maybe it's because I'm old, and maybe because like I've seen more than one cycle of what's happening in Israel, Palestine right now. I just think that both sides have blood on their hands, and just to say that this, like, it just seems to me that like the one group of people that we should be most upset with is the fucking English for the lines that they drew in the motherfucking sand in the Middle East.
Nuke the UK. Get rid of it. We don't need that bullshit. Get rid of them. Kill the British. They're not people.
Because they fucking they set the dominoes in place, the fucking Jenga tower that caused the biggest problem for that part of the world, because the sun never sets on a British Empire, and you just fucked up like an entire hemisphere or 2.5 hemispheres for no apparent reason. The other parts of the hemisphere was the fucking Spanish and Dutch. We're going to draw this line here and here. Oh, what about putting these two clans or groups of people that seriously hate each other right next to each other and telling them they can't go between border lines? Oh, no, this is not going to be a problem because we're the British Empire. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, so fuck them. Is that just me? All right, let's go.
Himself on fire to protest what was happening in Gaza.
I've seen all kinds of politicians from Dan Crenshaw talking about punching Antifa people in the face and talking about violence all the time. It has become normalized in a first world country like America to engage in politics like a third world country. That's how y'all talk about violence and shit in your country. And it's not just Dems. I've seen Republicans do it. And so do I really care that someone else made a fuck around of? I don't care. This is your playground. This is the sandbox that y'all created. You want to condemn all this behavior, you guys go ahead. But as an outsider, I'm just seeing more of the same.
And the thing that happened is that you go on platforms and you call people from the left snowflakes because they're acting a certain way. Yep. Now look at you, you're doing the same thing. Yeah. You guys are doing the same thing. Yeah. Like a snowflake is not someone on the left. A snowflake is just someone that just can't handle being talked about.
Yep.
That's a snowflake. And you can be people on the right.
Like y'all can be bridge so far. This sounds like they're agreeing with the motherfucker. I feel like this is some false advertising bullshit. I was told they were going to be burning the bridge, and here they are agreeing with the motherfucker.
Here you up with the fucking kerosene and the matches, and yeah, the fuck?
It's like they show up with the fucking gasoline and matches, and then talk about, yeah, actually I like this bridge. It's a pretty cool bridge. Pretty nice actually. Some bullshit. They better start disagreeing at least. Fuck.
We still got like half the video left.
Snowflakes too.
Oh, yeah, Icon. We in stream chat.
Yeah, come to stream chat so I can show you my titties.
They're already on the screen.
Nah, those aren't my titties. That was my titties last year. I'm about 10 pounds heavier than that now. Damn, I said come and look at my titties. A homie joined immediately. That's crazy. I didn't know Icon was about them titties like that.
Oh god damn you.
I'm heavier than both of y'all. What are you talking about?
All right, come on.
I don't know.
Come on.
He joined in to see the titty.
I already caught. I normal catch shit from the Discord because I get why people don't like centrists, but there are normal people that are centrists, and then there are the fucking internet grifters that are centrists. So, which one do you despise? Or both?
Both. One's obviously worse than the other, but I hate both.
Is it because I want to reach out to these motherfuckers to kind of change their mind that I can't come with the hate?
Like, if you're reaching out, strength and power to you, and I pray that you reach to them. My problem is that you say both sides, and us as leftists, we know that liberals showing any kind of aggression or violence is borderline laughable. So to say violence on both sides, especially leadership, is either extreme ignorance or you know you're full of shit. And if you take like probably 2 minutes, look at their comment section, and you see how butthurt all the right wing audience in their chat is. Oh, they were pissed.
No, I give you that because, like I said, I've said it before. Preach has always shown empathy. Abba not so much so, but he's actually, grown as an adult, and just empathy of just like, yo, these people are human. That's fucking up their whole. Like, I've done videos where I've talked shit about them, but just the turn of just like, yo, like, you got to have empathy about this shit. I will give them the growth that they've had. I don't think everybody's ontologically evil.
I can both have empathy and say, good for your dumbass. It's what you get.
Yeah, like this is like one of the one time, like in a long time, I'm just gonna sit here and say Destiny said nothing wrong. Like he didn't. Like for like literally years, every time something bad happens, liberals gotta bend over like pretzels and constantly apologize. And for the nerve the conservatives were trying to have the moral high ground. And seeing him snap, honestly, because Destiny says fucked up shit, but I injected that directly into my veins. I was like, it was so cathartic.
And I give you it's cathartic. I give you that. I'm not saying it isn't. But at some point, he crossed the line.
Crossed the line into based.
Like, he didn't say he deserved it. He said, like, hey, you went to a rally for a guy that's basically going to cancel the entire, like, democracy itself. Okay. And looking at that guy's Twitter, it was like, Jesus Christ, it was just cancer. And he goes, hey, I didn't want anything bad to happen to him. I didn't wish anything bad happened to him. But something bad happened to him, then, okay.
Okay, at the point where he says, if you have a problem with me, I'm going to buy you a ticket to the front row seats to the next Trump rally. That where I said is where I'm saying is crossing the line. That's when I'm saying it's crossing the line. Because at that point, I wish you are self-redacted or redacted. That's when I'm saying it's crossing the line.
That sounds like natural selection.
Well, look, with the kind of degenerate shit I say, I cannot question anybody else saying such things. So I'm pretty sure I've said worse things in this stream alone.
Yeah, no, I just don't wish people were dead. That's just my thing.
But I'm pretty sure I said like 10 minutes ago that anybody who breathes should die.
Yeah, but you dislike humans.
Look, and he dislikes humans who are stupid.
You know, he said some dumbass shit too. Like, I still
Oh,
remember.
I'm well aware of that.
Remember the black people afraid more of social workers than the police. Oh, I remember that.
I didn't even hear that one.
Oh, that was a classic.
Okay. So, have you talked to a black person about getting counseling before?
See, I come from an interesting family. There's a combination of some who are like therapy good and some who are like therapy bad.
Now, he had no right of saying it the way he did say it, but fuck, I want to scream at some people, get some fucking counseling. Or am I wrong?
You know
Oh,
what?
you're not wrong. I just live in Brooklyn, and people will bleed to death before calling the police. So,
I think it's fair to say Crimson is a dumb bitch. Anything he says is wrong. So actually, you know what? Don't go to therapy. You should just go out and do drugs. Smoke meth, take heroin, cocaine. Love that stuff. Meth, delicious. Do all that. Do that instead. It's good for you.
Hey, I am leaning on my right butt cheek so you can suck on my left nut, dude. All the way go to hell. Wait, Icon, did you just say it's my stream so you can't talk shit about me? Oh,
like
where have you been? What community are you in?
I've been keeping this man's ego in check for 6 years.
Oh, when you continue this video, like Preach says something, and I definitely want to talk about that.
All right,
let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Yep. Because the way you're like, I can't believe that's what they doing over there.
Absolutely.
And then you do that
Oh,
over
you
there
want to continue
too.
the video? Or you want me to say
You're the
it?
same people.
Where is it at? Like, yeah, go ahead and say it.
Because he talks about like he makes like how he makes jokes, and he's talking about he was talking about I think pedophiles or something like that, and then he sat there and laughed, and then he said he was talking about gay people, and then one gay guy approached him and says like, I can't really listen to your stuff anymore. And my first thing that comes to my head is like, first of all, what was the joke? And B, do you not see a problem how he was making fun of pedophiles, and then you made fun of gay people, and then you assuming those two are like remotely the same, or am I missing something?
Where is that part?
Actually, I could probably find it for you.
Because I can't. I don't see the transcript.
I mean, we're more than halfway through the video, right? We'll get there.
All right, cool. We can get there.
People, you have the same MO, the same modus operandi, and you have the same way of working as them. You just have different ways of thinking, but it's the same way.
How many times during the BLM protests were people talking about mowing them down or running them over, doing all kinds of violence? That was normal.
That was normal.
That's you guys talking about your fellow citizens and talking about how you guys want violence against them, and that was normal in the right circles. So don't sit here now and then act like somebody who doesn't care about the fact that a right winger died is some big surprise to you. You know, that to me is a little bit pathetic. That's Elon Musk pathetic. All talking about, I want to run a free speech platform. You're platforming everything under the sun, from neo to doesn't matter who it is, okay? You can even have the Ayatollah. He's up there, okay? They can spew whatever they want, anti-gay, anti-black, whatever. Destiny makes that joke, and then you want a pearl clutch? Bro, get him out of here. Get him out of here. This is the biggest.
Did they do the jazz? Did they do the jazz? Throw him out the motherfucking house. Okay, all right. And it wasn't.
They're spitting.
Was it me though that didn't every time in Fresh Print they threw him out the house, he had on that different fucking shirt?
What, Jazz?
Yeah. It was never the same clip. They just did a new clip every time.
It could be.
All right. But go ahead. I digress.
I think it's a 10-minute mark.
The amount of pearl clutching I ever see from most of these people, and the hypocrisy is crazy. Now, if you want to say you're not okay with what Destiny said, I ain't got a problem with that.
You're fine to say.
You can say it's bad behavior because at the end of the day, it's bad from everybody.
Let's skip to
platform, and I'm going to allow all the free speech, but then you got that one person that does not agree with what you're saying, and then you're doing this exact same thing. You became the enemy, right? Side note, there's this comedy night here in Montreal in French that basically it's GHB, gore, hardcore, and I don't remember what the B stands for, but basically you go in there and you do comedy and you push your jokes to the limit, and it's made for that, right? You go there and you say wild stuff in a comedy setting, right? Jokes that you're never gonna do again and everything and stuff. And I was on the stage at that thing and I didn't remember. And I was talking the whole night. There was some other people that went on stage, made jokes about PDF files jokes and all those great jokes and stuff like that. I go on stage, I do a couple of jokes, then I do some jokes on gay people, right? And one of them in the crowd, there was a break. It was like an intermission in the show. And I saw one of the guy outside that was at the show, and he was like, "Oh no, yeah, that comedian, me, I can't like really." What he said was, "No, really, I was not having it because me. Oh, the PDF jokes was alright. The grape jokes was cool." But when it was you say nah. You was like, nah, I'm not having it. You're a big hypocrite. You're a big hypocrite. I understand that comedy is just like a drunk uncle at Christmas. It's
okay. So
what?
Yeah.
Am I missing the connection there?
So his statement was, jokes about sexual assault was funny. Jokes about pedos were funny. But when it came to a joke about something that touched on you, then it wasn't funny.
Yeah, the issue I'm having here is I don't know what the jokes in question are. So
yeah, that was my question too. But like, because I want to know what the joke is was for one the guy get offended. But you saying you talk about like pedophiles and grapers, and then you made gay jokes, and I'm like,
well, he didn't ever say he made those jokes. He just said those are fine.
like, it's just a weird combination of things to go. You're fine with jokes about rapists and jokes about pedophiles, but then jokes about the gays. Like, wait, well, why is? Hold on, what is going on here? Why is that the connection being made here?
Again, I would have to hear the joke and see why it was said that way. To be honest with you,
because I need to know what joke was said, because that seems like an odd thing. And people seem to ignore the context of jokes matter, right? Like if I make a joke, and like fucking a pedophile or fucking or fucking rapist is like the subject, and the joke is rape, and the joke comes around to rape bad, being a rapist is bad, being a pedophile bad, but then because raping people and touching kids bad, but if somebody goes gay bad, then I'm like no.
We need to know what the joke is.
And my thing
But
is
if the joke is like haha, I don't know, funny gay sex joke, then I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I don't think that was it. And also, maybe these are the same guys that literally saw nothing wrong with like David Chappelle's like Netflix special. And
was it that they saw nothing wrong with it, or is it they saw that he should be counseled about it?
They said there was nothing wrong with it. They said both. They said that nothing was wrong with it, because most of the trans community looked at it and said like, yes, you said, oh, he looks like a man joke. Okay. The other helicopter joke. Okay, whatever. Of course, you have that cringe group that's sitting there and want to sit there and cancel, but overwhelmingly, it was lazy ass trans jokes. And it goes, oh, it was like, it just said it's just comedy. And then I think it was even a creator that pointed out to Abed Preach too, because they had a back and forth. I think it was Samantha Lee or something like that. It goes like, Steven Crowder was doing similar jokes about black people, and Albert Preach called them out about that. But then David Chappelle did it about trans, and they didn't see like the connection there. And I was like, okay, I guess.
He's like literally that's making the point. Like, and this is the whole thing about it, and this is why I say either all jokes and slurs are fair game or they're not. It's a reason why I say don't use the C slur for that I'm on Twitch that we can't say.
Bro.
Yeah, I know.
Don't give a fuck.
But you'll get, people like Hassan or black people that would just use every slur for white people. And it's just like either all of them are fine
or none of them.
Or none of them are fine. And the point is, and this is like my point is, this is the reason why I try to stay away from just like completely dogging out a complete group versus targeting their thought leaders that they're doing a video for. Because I can get down to the dirty with the fucking slurs. Oh, believe you me, I was raised in the motherfucking 90s. We had all the slurs.
We get it. Your knees crack when you stand up. Damn.
No, my hip does, but that's a different story.
We get it. You remember back when Slick Rick was allowed in the United States? Like, relax, bro.
6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry.
We get it. You remember before Curtis Mayfield got paralyzed? Like, relax, bro. We get it. You remember when leg warmers were in fashion? What was it like signing the Declaration of Independence?
In fashion. Look. I'm so old. I remember the Super Bowl shuffle that the Bears did. I had the videotape.
When the Knicks were decent.
When the Pistons were decent. Oh shit.
But see, I have what I think is a very reasonable position, right?
Fuck all of y'all. I'm sorry.
When it comes to comedy, I don't think any topic is off the table. The issue comes in, and which people are allowed to have a problem with, when you just disguise like dog shit, like bigoted rhetoric about how you hate a certain kind of group, or trying to paint a certain group a certain type of fucked up way, and disguising it as jokes.
The difference between George Carlin and Anthony Dice Clay.
Yep.
Exactly. Like I think it's pretty cringe. People like, you can't make jokes about rape at all. I'm like, if somebody makes a joke where rape is the subject, and the hidden truth that the person actually believes behind the rape joke is rape is bad. The person who did the rape is bad. They are the rhetoric behind the joke is rape bad. The person who was a rapist is a bad person. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But if they're making fun of the person for being raped, that's pretty fucked up. If they're like, if the idea behind the joke is like the person who was raped deserved it, or it's their fault or some shit, that's pretty fucked up. And whatever consequences come from them saying some shit like that, that's on them. That's the way I see it.
That seems like honestly a reasonable take, and the thing is like nothing's sitting there off limits, but there's a difference because don't get me wrong, because even in the trans community they say like, we do some funny and sometimes fucked up shit. But at the same time,
I think the temperature sometimes in the trans online community, and I'm not a part of that community, but I think that there is a lot of self-hatred and motherfucking crabs in a bucket tendencies that happen, especially in some of these online communities, especially from the outside shit that I hear about it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we get it. You're an old man yelling at the clouds. You hate the young people and a newfangled internet.
You know what, dude? Like, for real, I will fucking walk to New Jersey and find a wet noodle and beat the shit out of you with the wet noodle.
You ain't gonna be walking nowhere. You be riding that wheelchair to New Jersey.
Nah, he's been on his exercise journey. Don't test him.
Which one of us can run?
Don't matter. I got a vehicle. I can run you down, motherfucker.
Yo, let's kill that myth right now, too. Big people can run. And we can run fast. It's how long we can run is the issue. Trust me, we have that start speed. Don't.
That's the thing. I'm an athlete. I'm training constantly. This man almost died. I got an advantage. He's over there taking poison damage.
You cool. Let's see you outrun a motherfucking 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan.
See, now you're sounding like conservatives trying to run over people for using their free speech.
No, this is not about using your free speech. It's because you annoy the fuck out of me. I want to see how well you train.
See, it's all fun and games. They see how quickly a calisthenics athlete can climb on some shit.
Cool beans. You gonna be like who was that I Show Speed that jumped over 2 fucking Ferraris that was obviously slowing down when he jumped?
Why would I be in the street?
You in Jersey. Good portion of your state is the street.
Oh God. Why is this gonna be part of the clip of the video?
Can we talk about New Jersey is trash? Can we nuke New Jersey?
I mean, like, you got your G-Man there.
That's just more reason to get rid of this bitch.
Yo, I don't feel like dealing with the aftermath of New Jersey gets nuked. I'm in New York.
Icon.
Bro, take New York out too, bro. Fuck New York.
Icon. If you knew who G-Man was, you would be happy to nuke New Jersey.
Bro,
come
you know what's crazy?
Jersey City.
I fucking unless he's fucking moved since I last cared that he existed. I live closer to G-Man again.
No, he went to Pennsylvania and lived in the house the Rev and Shenny. That's the last time I heard. You said what?
I thought they kicked him out after he put a lien on their house.
Oh, Rev gave him the house.
Wow, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I know. No, the dumbest shit you heard in their life was him actually getting with Shanny.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. This is deep, like, lore of the community we came from, Icon. If you, the videos are now gone because the guy who we used to know, channel that it was on, he like nuked his channel for the most part. But it was Dragnot nuked his channel.
Oh,
he took a lot of his videos off. He still like talks shit and it's just like he's mostly on Facebook now.
That overweight coward.
Come to Jersey City.
I did appreciate that. I felt like I identified with Dragnot because he felt like me, but if I had a receding hairline.
But let's cut this video segment here. I want to thank these two motherfuckers who came on the channel, which I encourage to come on the channel more and be on streams. But we're gonna cut this segment here.
Oh, come on stream when I fucking want.
Fuck you. I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.